welcome to the Rushmore Podcast. My name's Pepper.
My name's Thomas.
And this is a podcast where we take our Mount Rushmore of any given topic. And this week we have one of the baddest motherfuckers in the state of Mississippi, if not the. Might venture to say.
And we got a guest too, Jason,
up,
the Kid Knight.
You're not even in Mississippi anymore, you stupid bitch.
I thought you said from Mississippi.
No. Thomas.
Yeah.
Man, I'm pretty bummed out. You know
why? You want to?
You know, just life's getting.
I got good news for you.
Oh, really?
This podcast is brought to you by Betterhelp.
Get the fuck out of town.
That's better. H-E-L-P.
It
Have
is.
any questions about it?
Yeah. Can I communicate with them 24/7?
Yeah, you can. How about I ask you the question?
Okay. That's
is there something interfering with your happiness or your goals?
Yeah, I'm super sad.
Well, you need a professional therapist.
That's a good idea.
Go to BetterHelp. Oh man, therapy's not funny. That's a good podcast name. Go to BetterHelp, HELP.com/Rushmore Podcast for 10% off of your first month. You can start communicating under 2 days. It's not a crisis line.
Stop saying that, guys. It's not a fucking crisis line, okay?
It's not self-help.
No.
It's professional counseling.
Yes.
Done securely online.
You know, I heard a rumor about this company. I heard that they are recruiting therapists in all 50 states because they're blowing up so fucking fast.
Yeah, they're so goddamn big. And you know, if you use our link, betterhelp.com/Rushmore Podcast, you'll get 10% off of your first month. You'll talk to somebody within 2 days, and you'll start living a happier life today.
On the real, I have heard that a lot of insurance companies will cover stuff like this.
Yeah.
So don't get scared off by the price or anything. Also too, what was the other thing I was going to say? I've heard from people who have used this service. It's not, you know, it's like legit, but it is very easy to use, and it's not like a hotline or like a chat line or something. Like, it's legit fucking therapy.
It's real counseling.
Yeah, and it works very well from what I've heard. And hey, you don't have to be sitting around fucking sad and suicidal to get counseling, dude. Like, I've heard from people, it is just very beneficial to just talk about what you got going on in a judgment-free zone with somebody who sits there and listens and can give input, you know? Like, that's fucking big.
Yeah, you have anything you want to talk about?
Oh, man, my shoulder's been
didn't
so
you hurt
bad.
your shoulder from doing sex stuff?
Yeah, it's sex stuff. The only thing that's been keeping me going is Pure Spectrum CBD. Now, this might sound like an ad, but it's not. I'm speaking from my heart, okay?
Well, it is. It's just part of the ad, but it's still real.
Yeah, it is real. I put that shit on my shoulder. I put that shit on my elbow. My whole left side's bad, Thomas.
Yeah.
Like, the whole left side of my body is kind of shitty.
You can kind of look at you and tell.
Yeah. So I just basically coat myself with Pure Spectrum CBD at nighttime when I'm about to go to bed, and just so my wife, her back was hurting for a while. I buttered that bitch up like a fucking mashed potato with some Pure Spectrum CBD salve on her back 2 times. I have rubbed that bitch to sleep with that Pure Spectrum CBD. It is incredible. And a little tip for you. They have all the incredible products that they have, the tinctures, the fucking salves, all the good shit. But they also have like the isolate. It's like pure CBD powder. And I got a bunch of friends. I've sent that shit to a couple of my friends that mess with that stuff. And you can make your own tinctures. You can make your own creams, all just out of that isolate powder. And it's like from what I've heard from my friends that like do that kind of shit, it's very potent.
Yeah. So if you want a cream, go to purespectrumcbd.com. Use promo code Rushmore10. That's new promo code Rushmore10. They had to change into the guard over there, but we found out we still like this fucking guy. I'd consider them our leading sponsor. They're the one that we communicate with the most. They've been around the longest. They're the shit. PureSpectrumCBD.com, promo code Rushmore10 for 10% off everything on their fucking site. Every bit of it. GAMBRED Fighting Championship.
What about it, Thomas?
It's June 18th. It's this Friday at the Biloxi Community Center.
Holy shit.
Sold the fuck out.
Don't even try to get tickets.
But you can watch it on the Bare Knuckle FC app. Friday. GAMBRED. Jorge Masvidal will be there. Commentary by Frank Mir and Paige Van Zandt.
That's big.
That Pearl Gonzalez chick with the fake boobs from UFC that everybody loved, but she got cut. She's fighting.
Yeah.
There. I see her on Instagram promoting it all the time. But more importantly, in the main event, Jason Nightgown. Yeah, Nightgown. Jason Nightgown versus Charles Crazy Horse Bennett.
I thought he
Call him
was
by the-
felony.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him by the wrong name disrespectfully because he's gonna lose.
Oh, yeah. I guess since you moved, you can do that because he's not a threat to you anymore.
Yeah, what's he gonna do? I'm not gonna be there. I'll be there the
he'll-
next weekend. Empire Fighting Championship, commentating that. Go fucking check that out.
Real
too.
quick though, that Biloxi Community Center.
Yeah.
I've never seen a place more built for MMA fights. Like it's a 2-level fucking venue.
Yeah.
Like you think community center and you think like some dinky little fucking place out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
like this is a
There's a good seat everywhere in the fucking
ven-
house.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's the shit. Anyways, that's what Jason's here to promote, but we're gonna get fucking silly with him also and do our Rushmore bad motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So enjoy the episode, you fucking idiots.
Pepper, play the song.
People say we need a theme song, so I wrote a fucking theme song. And if you like this fucking theme song, then you'll like the Rushmore podcast. Rushmore podcast. Rushmore podcast. Rushmore podcast. Fuck you.
Should I do something stupid like in the red corner, Jason Knight? Should I do something stupid like that for the intro?
Yeah, Pepper's out.
Hey, what up, Josh?
What up, man?
What's up, Ugly?
How's Stone doing, dude?
Man, he's doing good. He's still in that damn travel ball shit. He's at one of his friends right now, but yeah, we stay stuck with that shit.
Hell yeah. Well, hey, if you keep it up, like I work with a guy, his kid's throwing like 89 miles an hour in high school.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. So I mean, if you keep with it, it's just a grind, dude. It never stops. You gotta.
Let me tell you some crazy shit, dude. We got this fucking 9-year. Well, he ain't on our team no more. He left the team, but we got this. He's I think he was 8, wasn't it, Trenton?
Anyway,
he's 8 or 9. If he's 9, he's early 9.
Yeah.
They clocked that little bastard throwing 61.
Oh my God, at 9 years old, that's half a person, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big kid, like tall, skinny kid, and he's fucking got a cannon on him, dude.
Dude, my buddy's kid is pitching against guys that are like 6'4" at like 13, 14. It's
Hell
insane.
yeah.
They
Hey,
held
Josh-
him back a year.
Who's
So. All
Bryce
right,
Mitchell?
anyways.
Josh
Hey,
and Pepper,
Jason.
why don't y'all start a fucking baseball podcast?
Shut up, Thomas. Yeah, we'll start a Mississippi Little League podcast. That'll do great.
that'll do awesome.
What's up, Jason?
Not much. What y'all guys up to?
Nothing much. Just super hyped to watch your fight with old Felony this Friday.
Felony
Y'all
Charles
coming to the
Bennett.
fight, or y'all coming to the fight? Or y'all watching it on the BKTV app, or what you doing?
I go watch on the app. That's actually a really good app. I was impressed. Like the first couple times I used it, I figured because they're brand new, it was going to be a shitty app, but it is not. It actually works very well.
Ah, dude, yeah, it's got real good quality video for damn sure.
Yeah.
Bitch, he knows he got money to spend.
Yeah, you know you got money to spend, bro. I got tickets.
All this
Yeah, I
podcast
just-
money, dude.
I just moved to Austin, so I'm 10 hours away, but I'll be there the
Sweet.
next weekend to commentate the Empire fights.
We wasn't inviting you to my fight anyway. We didn't
Fuck
want
you, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna watch it.
It's so hard to call Felony. It's so hard not to call him Crazy Horse.
His name, yeah, that's pretty stupid if you ask me. How do you have one name for 20 years and then all of a sudden you change it and then get mad at people whenever
Yeah.
they call you Crazy Horse?
He gets pissed.
It's like
Yeah.
Prince, dude.
That dude's
Yeah, it's
fucking
pretty
crazy. Now, are you ready? I'm sure you are ready for everything, Jason, for whatever he's gonna bring to the table. But are you ready for whenever he like does a backflip off the turnbuckle or some shit like that in the middle of y'all's fight?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm down for whatever. He can do whatever he pleases. I'm still getting my hand raised at the end of the day.
Do you have a preferred method of finishing the fight?
I would like to knock him out and walk away from his unconscious body, but I mean that's every fight. I always want
Yeah.
to do that, but you never know what's gonna happen in there.
Is that sweeter in there than choking them out and walking away from their unconscious body?
Oh yeah, way better. Yeah, I like to make somebody tap out, and that's cool and everything, because like basically you just made them say I quit.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's a way cooler feeling whenever the guy, like, you just connect with the perfect punch and then they fall out and start flopping. That's way cooler.
Yeah, you don't even give them the fucking option.
I got a question about some of the rules. Is it like bare knuckle where you get to do the wrist wrap and everything?
Yeah, it's gonna be. They're gonna wrap the hands same style as the bare knuckle. An inch below the knuckles still has to be exposed. I kind of helped them out with that decision. They was talking about no hand wraps at all, but my hands are too broke up for all that. I broke my wrist about a year ago. I told them I'm not fighting if we got to do that.
Did enough of that shit in high school.
Yeah, I know, right? I did too much of that in high school, so now I can't do it. I can't do it without the wraps.
I have a more important question than anything that has to do with fucking Charles Bennett. I'm pretty sure you told us last time that you had some experience with ghosts. Have you had any other fucking hauntings or anything like that?
No, man. The house that I live in is full of ghosts. I pretty much gave it to my mom, so she lives there. She's the one. She's the one who deals with it.
Your poor mother.
She's the one who deals with the ghost now.
Has she given you any stories? She told you anything?
No, but she has no problem with it. You know, she's cool with the ghost. So
ghost like does her taxes and shit.
Yeah.
She probably went through that whole damn house with holy water and everything.
No, my crazy ass mama, she's probably over there having conversations and smoking weed with them and stuff.
Hey, no joke. I swear to God, my mom did that shit. We moved into a new house and it was haunted as shit. And I walked into the house one day and she was like, "You'll never believe what just happened." I was like, "What happened?" She was like, "I was back here smoking a blunt and a guy walked through the back door." We didn't have a back door. Guy walked through the back door, sat down at the kitchen table, and I just had like a 10-minute conversation with him. He said that he moved into this house in 1891 and this was his house. He died in this house, all this other thing. I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. Well, I'm gonna go get drunk or whatever. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, I would have said right then, all right, Mom, I love you. I'm never coming back.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, if I would have been your mom, I'd have been like, all right, dude, I realize this is your house. You can have this mug. I'm out.
Yeah. Well, dude, like when we moved into that house specifically, like, you know, we moved in, we started putting pictures on the wall and everything. Every single morning we would wake up and every picture that was hanging on the wall, even in like glass frames and shit, it would be on the floor with the top of the picture like resting against the wall, like leaning up against the wall. All the pictures we tried to, there was like 3 pictures and paintings and stuff that we tried to put up. Every single morning for like 2 weeks, we would come in and they would all be sitting on the floor. No broken glass or anything, just be sitting on the floor. We found a so it was a P.O. box door. So like I guess in the old days they had like these big ass brass P.O. box doors like you stick a key in like they got now, but they're like heavy as shit because they're like from like the 1890s. But it was like sitting up in a shelf somewhere. We had no idea it was there. One day we're just sitting in the house and something heavy as shit like falls and hits the floor, and I run in there and that thing's just sitting in the middle of the floor, and I'm like, damn, that's really cool. And I got that at my house now. It's probably haunted as shit, but I don't care.
Yeah, sell that thing.
I don't care.
1890s just sounds like the scariest fucking decade for some reason.
Oh yeah, dude. You got people dying from weird diseases and everything. They didn't know germs existed.
Yeah. I'm good on the 1800s for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh, 1890. Oh, that's gonna come up later when we get to my picks for sure.
Who would you cast to play you in a movie about Jason Knight?
Ooh. Probably one of the Diaz brothers. I think that'd be a badass.
It'll be their first acting role.
Hey, yeah, that'd be awesome. But if we're going with actors, Mark Wahlberg, bro, he's one of the greatest actors of all times.
Let's go. Yeah. 2 Guns. What
actually I can.
The other guys?
I can kind of see it now that he says it. I was trying to figure something out. I was like, Tom Cruise is not gonna work. He's a pussy.
How old are you, Jason?
He's too pretty. Tom Cruise is too pretty, bro.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 28. I'll be 29 next month.
Okay, you could play the Diaz brothers in a movie. One of them. You play one of them.
That'd be pretty cool. I'd be down with that. I'd try my best, bro, but I don't think I'm gangster enough.
Dude,
I don't know, dude.
Last week, Nate's, man, he's so fucking fun to watch.
Man, I don't understand why he didn't finish that fight. All he had to do is throw a few more punches, but he just points at him instead and lets him know that he could have.
That's some Nate Diaz shit. That's what he said afterwards. He's like, I don't lose fight, I just run out of time.
Yeah. That's it.
He's like, in the real world, that was over.
Exactly. I agree with that. In the real world, Leon Edwards would have died first.
Yep. Yeah. 100%. That's a
Does Nick have any fights coming up?
I heard that he just re-signed, so that'd be sweet.
Yeah, I don't think they found him an opponent. Who was the first person to call you Hick Diaz?
Ooh, honestly, I have no clue. I don't know who came up with that, but I like it.
That's a pretty good nickname.
I'm almost positive that was John Anik.
I know he came up with Mississippi
No,
Mean.
no. John Anik started out with the Mississippi Mean. I think that was just somebody on the internet that thought I acted like a Diaz brother, I guess.
That's a good fucking nickname. Have you ever thought about changing the kid?
No, man. I kind of. Hold on. You can't really see it, but it says the kid on my arms. If I change it, yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to explain the tattoos after that.
Yeah, that's gonna be an expensive cover up for sure.
But yeah, man, I've been the kid since I was 14. I'm not gonna pull a felony and change my shit after 14 years. You know.
Get mad as shit at anybody that calls you the kid. You should change your name to Crazy Horse for this fight.
I can't hear you.
Oh, did we lose you?
I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear a word you're saying.
That is a really good idea to change his name to Crazy Horse.
Hold on.
Yep, Holden.
Give me like 2 seconds.
Yep.
All right. Hey, and we're here
And
with
we're
the
here.
incredible Jason Knight.
Jason fucking Mark Wahlberg, huh?
I see it. Well, after he said it, I could definitely see it.
Okay.
Like I said, well, I guess nobody knows what I said before, but this is the least physically intimidated I've ever been by Jason Knight because it's on video.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't think
it's
he
a lot
heard you
more.
the first time you said it because we weren't.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
He left us. He's gonna. Come
Yeah, he's
back.
gonna come back.
Oh.
Bryce, who's the guy from fucking Arkansas?
Bryce Mitchell.
Bryce Mitchell.
That's a bad.
Okay.
I wonder if they know each other. They remind me of each other.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. I was like, him and Bryce Mitchell should start like a YouTube show where they like
Fuck deer.
eat squirrel and shit.
Yeah. All right, he's coming back in. Jason Nightgown has returned to the
Jason
building.
Nightingale. Jason Knight Knight.
Bro, I figured out why I couldn't hear you guys.
What's up?
There's this awesome Bluetooth speaker that's like the light in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fart fan, it's a light, it's a Bluetooth speaker. But whenever you cut the light on, my phone, it remembers that speaker. So as soon as you cut the light on, automatically I Bluetooth to that. So y'all was talking in the bathroom instead of talking to me.
Wow, somebody in there taking a shit.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah. April? Just a number one, not a number,
Justin,
a number one, not a number two.
the Piss soundtrack, Rushmore podcast.
Jason, are you cool with Bryce Mitchell?
Am I what?
Are you cool with Bryce Mitchell? Do you know him?
I don't know him real good, but I like the dude. He's a badass fighter. Country boy just like me.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him every time he's fighting, unless one day, of course, I get back to the UFC and they sign the contract. But
That'd be fight of the night for sure.
yeah, that would be a sweet ass fight, man. I think it'd be a lot of fun. He's super tough on the ground. He's decent standing up, decent wrestling. I think that'd be fireworks for sure.
Dude pulled off a fucking twister, and then in the next fight, he locked it in with 1 second left in the first round. Another twister.
Yeah, the dude's legit, man. But he's never gonna twister me. I refuse.
No. You know what it is.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of people trying to put me in a twister, and I just refuse because, like, yeah, Alan Belcher, he tried to put me in a twister a bunch back when he first learned it,
Yeah.
and I refuse. You're not tapping me with a damn twister.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of steps to get to that submission. I mean, you got to know it's coming. Like once the setup comes.
Well, I think that's the problem with most of the people that get submitted with is they don't know what the fuck is going on when it's happening.
Exactly. See, that's the thing is, whenever you do jiu-jitsu so long, like you can feel people set up anything. You can feel them on the ways of what they're doing. You know what they're trying to do. And the twister, most of the time, is like, what the hell is this? What am I getting caught in?
Yeah.
And like you don't really feel like you're in danger until you're in bad danger.
Yeah.
But I seen Alan Belcher twister a bunch of people before he tried to twister me, and I was like, no, that's not happening today.
That dude's coming back in September, Alan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. He's gonna try his hand in bare knuckle. I'm excited to see how it goes. He had that detached retina in his eye, so I'm hoping that holds up. I think if his eye holds up, then the heavyweight division in bare knuckle, I think they're in trouble.
Yeah,
He posted a
every
shirtless
bit
picture.
at 245 pounds.
Yeah, he posted a shirtless picture on Twitter or Instagram or something, and I thought it was Photoshop. I was like, this dude does not look like the last time I saw him, dude. He looks like a fucking animal.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday. He's 240, solid muscle, dude. He's huge.
Tell him look him up on Facebook and his fucking boxing he's working right now.
Yeah,
yeah,
look him up on Facebook. All the workouts that he's doing. He's looking legit.
I think that you and Bryce Mitchell should start your own YouTube show, like Dana White has, looking for a fight, and y'all just go squirrel hunting.
Looking for a squirrel.
Yeah.
I'm down. Bryce Mitchell, he's a funny dude, man. If you go and watch some of his stuff, he's pretty funny.
You remember when he got his nuts caught in a drill?
No, I have not.
You don't know about that?
He lost his nuts, dude.
Dude, he got his nut.
Really?
He didn't lose them. Okay, so he was putting a roof on top of his trailer, and he didn't have a tool belt. He was wearing like gym shorts, and he had a drill. He was using to put in sheet metal screws, and he was walking up the ladder, and he stuck the drill in his gym shorts like you do with a gun or something.
Pocket.
Dude, and as he was walking up, his thigh hit the trigger, and it started zooming, and it caught his nutsack. And his nutsack got twisted like 3 or 4 times in the drill. So then he had to climb back down the ladder. And
with
then
his nuts twisted up.
with his nuts in the drill. And then he had to click the little setting over to reverse the drill, and then with the trigger, reverse the drill to get his nutsack out of it. He said he was driving to the hospital in his pickup truck, holding his nutsack because his nut fell out because his nutsack like ripped open. He had to drive to the hospital all the way like that.
Damn, that was rough.
Bryce Mitchell was a fucking real one. I love that. Dude.
Cobalt should sponsor that
I
motherfucker.
had a buddy, dude. I had a buddy when we was like 12 out in the backyard in the cow field playing hide and go seek. And he was trying to run the base, and there was a stick sticking up at the ground, kind of just sticking up like this. Well, he took off running and tried to slide and get to the base. But when he did, the stick caught his nuts and ripped it open.
Oh,
Same thing. He reached down there and holding his nut in his hand. Like, I could not imagine, dude. He shoved it back in there and went inside and told his dad about it.
Man, I've never had any ball trauma.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's like the worst thing that could happen. But yeah, I love Bryce Mitchell. We need to get you guys hooked up. Why do you need some fucking camo shorts for sure? I mean, Real Tree. Are you a Real Tree or Mossy Oak guy?
Real Tree all day.
Hell yeah. I grew up in Harris County, Georgia. I grew up like a couple miles away from Bill Jordan. I grew up on the same street as Michael Waddell. I'm Real Tree till I fucking die.
Yeah, that's what's up.
It sounded like a bunch of fucking NASCAR drivers. Who are those people?
Shut up, Thomas.
No.
You don't know nothing about this shit. This is real country shit.
So why don't y'all call y'all's podcast Salt and Pepper instead of the Rushmore podcast?
Yeah,
Oh,
Thomas, why don't we? Why don't we put my name in the title? I like that.
I'll change my name to Salt.
Yeah, you will.
He said, yeah, you will.
Rebrand. It's been
If you
3
don't
years.
want
Let's
it,
fucking
yeah, you will.
rebrand.
If you don't want it, I'll put Al Belcher on your ass. He'll put you in a fucking twister until you decide to change the name.
Thomas said, I'll change my name to Salt and Pepper. Said, yeah, you will.
Jason, I'm gonna say this to you. I said this to Raylan Nelson, Willie Nelson's granddaughter. I'm gonna say it the same thing to you. It's gonna sound like not a compliment, but once I explain it, you'll understand that it is a compliment. Okay.
Okay.
One of my favorite things about you is you don't know anything that you don't need to know. You don't know any bullshit. Like if I asked you like who won the World Series last year, you don't need to know that because that doesn't have anything to do with living your life or beating the shit out of people. You don't need to know any of that.
I was like, he said something about NASCAR. He said, who's those guys?
Yeah.
I'm not real sure if Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, any of them guys still race, bro. So honestly, I have no clue.
Yeah.
I haven't watched NASCAR in a few years. I've been to a couple Talladegas, which was very fun. Saw a lot of titties.
Yep.
And
Talladega.
Yeah, Talladega is amazing. We camped across from the racetrack. If you've never done it, I highly recommend it.
Get in the infield.
Pepper, just so you know, my brother's a bitch. If you don't know NASCAR, you don't know baseball or football, he's a bitch.
No,
Dude, I've been to the infield also. The infield is a good party, but it is nothing at all like across the street, bro.
Oh, the parking lot.
Yeah, across the street, like completely across the road from Talladega. I'm telling you, bro, it is the biggest and best party ever. It's like a 4-mile party. That's all it is.
See, I've only been in the infield. I've never even been on the outside.
You gotta go across the street at least one time.
I gotta do that now for sure.
Yeah, because I've been in the infield. It's fun. I saw a lot of titties there too. But across the street, it was like, I'm telling you, dude, it was like 20 times more people, and they were all partying just as hard as the ones in the infield.
Yeah, I saw the people with no money and all fun. That's where,
Exactly.
yeah.
You're exactly right. Dude.
So a super underrated one is Atlanta Motor Speedway. I think they stopped doing it, but they used to have the race on Halloween night, or at least close to Halloween. So the whole infield all night would be a Halloween party, and you want to talk about some crazy shit?
That's when I went to the infield in Talladega. Was Halloween.
Yeah.
It was pretty legit, dude. A bunch of sexy nurses walking around and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Bitches
pretty
just
legit.
wearing tires and shit, wearing
Yeah.
years. But yeah, I like because I like people that just stick to their shit, and because you don't need to know anything. Like, you don't need to know what the fuck's going on in like hockey and stuff. Like, you're so focused on the shit that you want to be good at. Like, nothing else really fucking matters, because nothing else matters. Nothing else really matters at all.
I'm gonna tell you right
Well,
now.
tell them the truth. You don't even know who the UFC champions are.
I was fishing to get that out of my mouth. I swear to God, dude, I was on my way to saying that. If you asked me to name all the UFC champions that are current champions right now, I might can give you like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
I know you got Adesanya.
Yeah.
You got Ngannou. What's his fuck? Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Alexander Volkanovski. The little dude who just won the belt at 125.
Brandon Moreno.
Morano, dude. That guy, that was legit the other night.
Is this fight with Charles 145 or 155?
145.
145.
Yeah, I kind of wish it was 155 because I know the guy. I'm gonna fight the same guy either way.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can make 145 pretty easy. But at the same time, if I didn't have to cut any weight, it'd be a lot cooler.
Yeah. All you gotta do is stop drinking McDonald's sweet teas for like 2 weeks. You'll get down to 145.
No doubt. I actually had one of those today, and chicken sandwich from McDonald's. So,
Oof.
but I'm only like 160 right now, so that's 14 pounds. I usually cut anywhere from 14 to 16, so I'll get it done.
So you weigh in Thursday for this?
Yeah, I weigh in Thursday. I've drank plenty of water, so I've loaded up on my water. I'm gonna probably cut about half of it tomorrow night and the other half Thursday morning, and walk across the scales half dead, and then go replenish my body.
Hell yeah.
And then
What do you use? Do you use like liquid IV? Like, what do you use to like get back?
Before the UFC, I always used to get an IV, but since the UFC, they don't let you do that. So since then, all I do is I'll get down on a couple jugs of water, some Pedialyte, protein shakes, all that good stuff. Just try to get everything back in my body that I just sweat it out.
What's your favorite flavor of Pedialyte?
What's up?
What's your favorite flavor of Pedialyte?
The mixed fruit is orange.
Okay.
It's really good. That, and then they got a blue raspberry that's bomb too.
I like the yellow one. That's my favorite.
Yellow, what is that? What flavor?
I don't know. It's like lemon lime or something, I guess.
He just said the yellow. You're like a Kool-Aid flavor guy.
Yeah.
Like if somebody says, "Hey, what kind of Kool-Aid do you want?" You don't say, "I want blue raspberry." You say, "Give me some of the blue stuff," or "Give me some red Kool-Aid."
Yeah. It all Pedialyte all tastes like shit. It's just like what tastes least like shit.
Now I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're dehydrated, Pedialyte tastes amazing.
Oh yeah.
But if you're not dehydrated, it's like too strong.
Yeah.
But
if you're on death's door, like you are when you weight cut, I'm sure it tastes incredible.
Yeah, that's no doubt.
Thomas, are you ready to get into this topic?
Yeah, why not?
All right, this week on Rushmore Podcast, we are doing our Mount Rushmore of BMFs, bad motherfuckers. I'm going to go first. My number 4 on my Rushmore of BMS is Francis Ngannau. Got his ass from Cameroon, took like 3 years or some shit, got to Spain, then got to France, and then worked his way all the way up to become the UFC heavyweight champion. And until he meets Derek Lewis this next time, he is going to be a great heavyweight champion. He's going to do so good, but Derek Lewis is going to put some Popeyes in his gloves and knock his ass the fuck out, which is it's going to be unfortunate, but hey,
Derek Lewis, bad motherfucker too. You see where he just killed that guy that broke into his car?
Yeah, he kills everybody except for that one time.
Except for that one time.
Oh man, it was like 2 or 3 times where he didn't kill him, and everybody wants to talk about that. They don't want to talk about the other times where, hey, they don't want to talk about the one fight where he got his ass whooped for what, 14 minutes and 55 seconds.
Volkov,
Hey, he came through.
Yeah.
He came through.
knocked the dude the fuck out of the end of the fight.
Who did he fight that night? I can't remember that.
Volkov.
Volkov, yeah, dude, he was getting annihilated.
Yeah.
And then just all of a sudden, right at the end, he slept his ass. That was amazing.
But yeah, Francis Ngannau, he's a bad motherfucker enough to be like the UFC champion. But I heard his ass on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about how he got out of Cameroon, and that is absolutely insane. Like I think it was like, I want to say it was like 3 years, like his journey from Cameroon to Europe.
Dude, he was homeless right before he made it to the UFC. Like not long before he made it. Like he walked into. We talked to his coach. I've hung out with him a couple times. You know, whenever we fought, he's a really really cool dude. But yeah, like Josh said, he tried to bang my mom a time or two. But
she's into ghosts and fucking big Cameroonians.
Yeah, but we talked to his coach. His coach said he walked into the gym and told him he wanted to be a boxer.
Yeah,
and the coach looked at him and said, "Nah, man, we're gonna turn you into an MMA fighter." And then a few years later, he's a UFC champ.
Yeah, that's a bad motherfucker. My number 4 is middle linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens, Ray Lewis.
The murderer, Ray Lewis.
Yeah, killed 2 guys. That's in his favor, allegedly. Pepper thinks it happened for sure. Probably the best linebacker of all time. Very intimidating guy. What's up?
Josh, my brother, he said that's the baddest motherfucker alive.
Oh yeah, he's definitely on my list. That's the baddest motherfucker. And then he found, obviously he killed those people, and then he found Jesus. And then I can listen to that dude talk about God. Sometimes I don't even know what he's talking about, but I can listen to that dude spit Bible verses and dance like a fucking squirrel, and it's still intimidating somehow.
Yeah.
Josh says him and Zach Thomas.
Zach Thomas is a bad motherfucker also, but Ray Lewis would probably stab him if they were in a nightclub together.
Yeah. Well, there's like a fucking guys.
What's that, Josh?
I said there's like a size. There's like me jumping on Pepper. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And Ray Lewis has a knife.
Yeah.
He said it was that knife. All right, so my turn.
Yep.
Yes.
He's dead and gone. But I'm gonna say Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Hell yeah.
One of the baddest.
Jason, I'm wearing a Dale Earnhardt Jr. shirt right now.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I'm wearing a Dale Earnhardt Jr. 2021 Hall of Fame shirt right now. So that is very apropos.
I don't care what anybody in NASCAR ever does in their whole entire life. There's never gonna be another Dale Earnhardt Sr. The man. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but the legendary pass in the grass.
Yeah.
I think I was too young to even know what the hell happened, but I went back and I watched that, and that's badass. You don't hit the grass at 200 miles an hour and stay alive.
Yeah. People used to tell stories about like seeing Dale Earnhardt in their rearview mirror and then just shitting their pants because they knew what was going to buy. Because he could move you. He can move you without wrecking you. That's how good he was. He could get on your left rear quarter panel and just get you loose enough to where you had to come out of the throttle, and then he just passed you right there. But sometimes too, he will dump your ass into the wall. Like he was very good at what he did, and there will never be another one because the guy wouldn't survive. He would get penalized and kicked out of the fucking sport before he became anything. So he is a one of a kind for sure. Never will be again.
Yeah, he was definitely a brave soul. Because I mean, like, I'm not getting nowhere near you if I'm driving 200 miles an hour. Like,
no,
not a
Daytona ain't big enough.
Yeah, I know, right?
Foo Fighters wrote a fucking song about him. That's Pepper's favorite band. They wrote a song called "Hero" about Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Really?
Yeah, that's very true. That's fucking true. If it's not true, it should be. What's your number 3?
Who wrote a song about
Foo Fighters? It's called "My Hero." There goes my hero.
Oh shit! I have to go check that out.
Don't, Jason. It's a bad song. It's by a bad band.
Pepper doesn't like Foo Fighters.
Jason, go check out Raylan Nelson if you want to listen to some good music. Don't check out the Foo Fighters.
Check out who?
Raylan Nelson. It's Willie Nelson's granddaughter. She's incredible. She's been on the podcast.
I think I've heard her before, but I'm not 100%. I'll go check her out.
I'm sure you have. She's pretty big. My number 4, my Rushmore of BMFs is
number 3.
3 is Sauchi Yokao.
Who?
Sauchi Yokao.
Took
Yeah,
off my
let's talk
glasses, so I
about
don't know how to look
somebody
at you.
that nobody knows.
Yeah, I took
Okay.
off my glasses,
Well,
so I
hey.
can't even look at you right now.
Hey, you're about to find out who this is. All right. So this is a guy, Japanese soldier, stopped fighting World War II in 1972. You're saying, Pepper, that's impossible. World War II ended in 1945. For everybody else, it did. For this guy, he was on like some obscure ass island in the Philippines, and he thought that it was impossible that his country would stop fighting the war or could ever possibly lose. So this dude fought his ass off, thought that he was still in World War II for 30 years, and finally got convinced the war ended in 1972. Killed a bunch of civilians, which is not cool. I don't like that. I don't like that he killed a bunch of civilians, but he did. But he thought that people were trying to kill his ass for 30 years, and he just fought his ass off and came back and was a huge asshole. Came back. Hey, turns out if you're in the woods for 28 years or whatever, you come back and you're a huge asshole. His kids didn't like him anymore, but he was a bad motherfucker.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's not what's up. That's a super lame pick. My number 3 is also an Asian guy there. Genghis Khan
Okay.
killed thousands of people. They say like 5% of Asia has his fucking blood. Is 3%? That's still a lot of people. Genghis Khan, rape and pillage, thousand people. Nobody was fucking with him back then.
I think him and his direct descendants killed more people than anybody ever.
Yeah. So if killing people is the measure for bad motherfucker, which I don't think it necessarily is, but if it is, Genghis Khan's on the list, so he's my number 3.
Yeah, well, y'all are some assholes. Rooting for killers.
All right. My next two.
All
Okay.
right. My number 3, Donald Trump.
Okay.
Greatest president in the history of presidency, in my opinion. Not scared of anybody, not scared to speak his mind. I'm pretty sure they shut his Twitter down a time or two just because he talks so much shit.
It's still shut down.
And on top of that, in my opinion, at the time, our country was flourishing. Our country was doing great. Now you get creepy Uncle Joe Biden in there, child molester, rapist, weirdo guy. And now our country's going to shit. Gas prices are like skyrocketed. Shut down a bunch of pipelines and shit. So hopefully Donald Trump wins the 2024 election.
He is eligible.
Yes, I sure hope that he wins because I will be voting for him.
I've never seen, and I don't think there's ever been one in history, a man that ran the country that was so loved and so hated at the same time. I don't think there's anybody. I don't think there's ever been like a more polarizing president. Polarizing. But man, the people that hate him, I mean, they make it their life mission to like destroy him, and the people that love him, they make it their life mission to put him up and to do everything they can to make him rise.
Yeah, there's not a lot of in between with that guy.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, for my fight, I actually bought an American flag and a Trump 2024 flag that I will be walking out with, showing my support. So make sure y'all catch that on the Bare Knuckle TV app or live in person. I don't care, but I will be walking out with my Trump 2024 flag.
And Jorge's a big Trump guy too, isn't he?
I'm not 100% sure.
I think he's I think he's spoken at like rallies and shit for him in Florida.
Yeah, shit. I hope he is because he's gonna see me walk out with my flag that night.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right. What is your number 2, Pepper?
My number 2 is Marcus Luttrell.
Yeah, that is bad. Talking about, speaking of Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. So that's the Jason, that's the lone survivor guy. This guy, they got his squad got fucked up in Afghanistan, and this guy.
He's the real lone survivor.
Yeah, he's the real dude.
Gotcha.
He's the real guy.
Pepper's seen real quick that I had no fucking clue who that guy was.
Yeah. I know. He doesn't have anything to do with fight. He doesn't have anything to do with beating anybody's ass or fucking living in Mississippi. So.
But you told us that Mark Wahlberg was a bad motherfucker, so he did play him in that movie.
But yeah, that real guy, man. He's got a Joe Rogan episode that I highly recommend everybody go listen to. Just listen to his story of what happened, how he survived, and then how he got out. It is so crazy. Like, he's just like a testament to like what the human body can go through. Because I mean, he was shot like 7 times or something, and still like anybody who got anywhere near him just start lobbing bullets at him. Like he just never fucking gave up.
Did you ever
And
hear
then,
about the people killing his dog whenever he was home after all that shit?
No.
Somebody broke into his house. It was a group of guys, and they were on like bikes or some shit. Like they weren't in a car, but they were on bikes. They broke into his house. They killed his dog, and he came home, and they were leaving. And he was chasing them on foot, and he called the cops, and he's like, "Y'all better get these motherfuckers before I do," and told him where he was. And the cops ended up stopping him, but he was chasing those motherfuckers on foot, ready to kill him.
And
they
that's
killed
how
his
John-
dog.
That's a John Wick
What's the-
movie.
I was about to say that sounds just like what's that movie? What's it called, John
That
Wick?
would have been a
yeah.
really short. That's John Wick 4, where he just fucking calls the cops and they stop him, and then the movie ends. He doesn't kill anybody.
Yeah. So did you make that up, or was that serious?
No, that's real. That really happened. The same guy,
sweet.
Walter Robert.
I
That's
can't,
where John
Jason,
Wick stole that from.
I can't tell when he's kidding and not either. He's told me a ton of lies. He told me he had me dead ass convinced that Charles Bennett changed his name back to Crazy Horse, and that don't call him Felony anymore. Like before this podcast started, he had me like fully convinced that he changed his name again back.
I
And
just
I was
wanted
like,
that dude
damn,
to get
that,
mad
I mean,
at
that
Pepper.
is crazy, but I mean, he is Charles Bennett, so I mean, it does make sense. So I
Yeah.
almost offended Mr. Felony.
Yeah, he like threatened to kill Chael Sonnen and shit because he called him Crazy Horse.
Yeah, well, he's probably gonna want to kill me because I called him Crazy Horse the other day.
Fuck him, dude. Chael Sonnen would lay on top of him and just smother him to death.
Oh, Charles Bennett will kill that guy.
Yeah, Chael's a bad motherfucker too. Don't get it twisted. He talks a lot of shit, but he's a bad motherfucker.
Thomas, what you got?
My number 2. All right,
Yes.
hang with me for a second. My
Okay.
number 2 is
Hey, Jason, this is about to be some bullshit. When he
my-
says hang with me, it's about to be some high level bullshit. Can't
My-
wait to hear this.
So you know the movie, Jason, you might know movies. We're the same age. Do you know the movies Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Robin Hood Men in Tights? Any of that shit?
I'm pretty sure I've seen Spaceballs and the Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Mel Brooks is my number 2 on Bad Motherfuckers. Not because he made the greatest comedies of all time, but I learned some shit about Mel Brooks today, Pepper. So he fought in World War II. He's a very Jewish man. He was a what was his title? He was a engineer, combat battalion, infantry shit, combat engineer. His duty was to defuse landmines in combat, in live combat. So
Okay.
he fought in the Battle of the Bulge against the Nazis.
That's a big one.
And he was the leading engineer defusing the landmines in the Battle of the Bulge, where we beat the Nazis. And then when he came home and got out of the military, he decided to write The Producers, which is his first movie, and with the song Springtime and Hitler, basically saying Hitler's a fag that can't make landmines good.
Yeah.
And Mel Brooks is a bad motherfucker.
All right. Like, yeah, I guess. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I didn't have any respect for Mel Brooks before, but that is actually pretty badass.
And he's like 96 and still doing the damn thing.
He's still alive?
Yeah, he's still kicking.
Oh, shouts out. Mel Brooks.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, y'all do y'all's research, bro. I don't research anybody or anything.
It's fine. You don't know anything that you don't need to know about. That's what we
Yeah,
like.
I'm kind of jealous that y'all do all the smart people stuff.
Jason needs to know basis night.
There we go.
Exactly.
I like
If I
that.
don't need to know, I do like that statement. Like I didn't take that as any kind of disrespect because that's 100% honest on point. If I don't absolutely have to know it, I don't want to know it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
how-
something to be proud of.
Yeah, you know how many more people would be happier if they lived like you?
Exactly, bro. Like
Yeah.
I have no depression whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't get on the internet and oh my God, y'all, there's this bad hurricane coming. Let me go buy all the toilet paper and waters.
Yeah.
I gotta fill my truck up with gas 37 times
Yeah.
and get every gas jug in the world. If the hurricane hits and it blows my house off the blocks, man, damn, I gotta get a new house. You know, that's the end of it. That's as far as it goes. And like coronavirus, oh man, we gotta get a mask. No, I've never done that.
Yeah.
You know, hell with that.
You feel the wind blowing and you're like, oh shit, there might be a hurricane. Let me make sure the deep freezer stays running.
That's it. Yeah, where's
Yeah.
the generator? We gotta make sure there's gas in the generator. That's
Yeah.
it.
Have you been to the BMF ranch with Cowboy?
Yes, I have. It's one of my favorite places I've ever went to train. Cowboy's one of the coolest dudes I've ever met and lives life to the fullest. Whenever that dude gets old and gray, he's gonna have, some badass memories.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a lot of stories to tell.
Jason, have you seen what he's been doing lately? he's doing horseback. He's doing horseback firearm competitions.
Yes, he had just started that whenever I went out there. He was I think he was going to like sign up for it or something like that while I was out there.
I mean, as far as like a hobby, just like a throwaway thing that you do, that is so badass. So just shoot guns on horseback. I mean, that sounds really so fun. Like it makes me want to like jump on an ATV and try to see if I can hit some shit.
See, I was thinking that could be the third wheel with you and Bryce Mitchell. You, Bryce, and Cowboy have a fucking YouTube show. Y'all just do weird shit like that at the BMF ranch.
I think it'd be pretty cool. Like we was out there, dude. We get up, we wake up like 6 o'clock in the morning, go swim at this pool that it was like part of the training. They had us do these little exercises and stuff, and then we played a little game that was fun as hell. Then we go hit another little training session right after that, and then you're either going mountain biking or you're going to get on the boat and what's it called?
Wakeboard?
Like wakeboarding and surfing behind the boat and shit. Or go out and he's like got 37 motorcycles. Hey, everybody grab a motorcycle. Let's go ride.
Yeah.
Like, man, he's the funnest dude ever.
There's no like, have you ever done this before?
Yeah, exactly. None of that. It's like, hey, dude, so you know how to drive a motorcycle, right? Like, hell yeah, I know how to drive a motorcycle.
What do you say? What if you're like, no, I'm just going to stay behind, Cowboy. Yeah. Leave me here.
Yeah, exactly. Hell no, I'm not going to say that. But yeah, I haven't drove a motorcycle a whole hell of a lot. And the one that I drove has got one little shift, one little shifter.
Yeah.
Well, this tricycle that they put me on, it's got 2 little shift things on it. One goes up, one goes down.
Yeah.
And I come to a red light, stalled that bitch out, and I sat there for an hour waiting on the rest of the guys to catch up with me. So that way I could get somebody to crank this fucking motorcycle. I couldn't get it in neutral to save my life. I had like 4 cops come pull up. The cops get on the motorcycle trying to get it in neutral. They had no clue how to get it in neutral.
And what, you're in Colorado?
Yeah, no, we're in New Mexico.
Okay, but anyways, a cop pulls up to you in New Mexico. And you're like, hey man, how you start this thing? And he's like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, he's like, where are you from? I was like, Mississippi. What are you doing out here? It's like, I'm training at the BMF ranch. He was like, whose motorcycle is this? I was like, it's Cowboy's. He's like, oh, it's Cowboy's, huh? He said, call Cowboy. And I was like, all right, I tried to call Cowboy.
He ain't gonna answer. He's on a motorcycle.
Yeah, no. He was driving the truck, pulling the boat back from the lake.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, I tried to call Cowboy a couple times. He didn't answer. So I'm like, oh fuck, I'm going to jail in New Mexico for stealing Cowboy's motorcycle.
Put you in a fucking cell next to John Jones.
Yeah. Well, then an hour later, Tyson Pedro and them pull up. Tyson Pedro jumps on the motorcycle, fires it right up, and drives off. And he had this, I think it's called a Stingray. It's like the half car, half motorcycle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slingshot.
Yeah. So I hopped on the slingshot. It's like driving a stick shift car. So I knew that. I knew how to do that. I hopped in it. We went on back to the ranch. But that was pretty embarrassing.
What's Tyson Pedro to? I haven't heard that name in a while.
I have no clue, man. But that's one of the coolest fighters I've ever met. Cool ass dude, shit. Real laid back, and at the same time, he's a big ass monster.
What's your number 2, Jason?
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, bro. Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. Here we go.
Some of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking about the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Let's see, Pain and Gain, Lone Survivor.
Yep.
What is it? 4 Brothers.
The Departed.
Yeah, man. Like you've got a list that goes on and on.
And then comedies, dude. You got fucking The Other Guys. Ted. Yep. Ted 2.
Dude, like name one movie that has Mark Wahlberg in it that you're not like, man, that was a good ass movie.
There's that movie Fear where he fingers Reese Witherspoon on a roller coaster.
Deepwater Horizon, a movie about us.
Name me one that you don't like, though.
No, you can't do that. They're all fucking good.
Anybody that names a movie with
Daddy's Home 2 was okay.
Yeah. Daddy. Oh yeah, I get you. Yeah, it was okay.
So we got one.
It was okay. Still good.
Yeah, it was still good. I didn't hate it. Name me one. if you find me a guy out there who's like, oh man, that movie just sucked, and they're talking about a movie that had Mark Wahlberg in it, something's wrong with that guy.
Yeah.
He's
Don't be that guy's friend.
yeah, that guy's probably a Biden supporter.
Yeah. Yeah. He probably drinks white wine.
Exactly. Yeah,
I
White Claw.
White
probably
Claws,
drinks-
white wine.
Oh,
Well,
I don't know. I've never drank 12 White Claws and felt great the next day.
Yeah, hell with that.
I've never drank
All right.
12 White Claws.
Yeah. Well, all right. We live different lives. My number one on my Rushmore of BMFs is Hugh Glass. Hugh Glass. So, you ever seen the movie The Revenant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was a fake ass movie. What really happened was
How dare you?
No, it really was. It was like they made up a lot of shit. So like the whole thing with his kid and like it went back to get revenge and everything, that was all fake. The real story is he got mauled by a bear and like mauled like pretty significantly. It
Pussy.
wasn't like he scratched him and that was it. Like he got fucked up by a bear.
Pussy.
A bear, he got bear fucked. And he crawled his way back to civilization. And he actually did find the guys that left him out there because they thought he was dead for sure. They thought like there's no way. So we're talking about like the late 1800s.
Don't
And,
fuck with
you
the
know,
1800s.
Yeah, we don't have like great medical shit. Like if you get cancer, you're just dead immediately. And he lived a good life. And also his life before the bear attack wasn't all fucking roses and Bang energy drinks. It was pretty intense, you know. A lot of shit happened.
That's
Hugh Glass.
that's a Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Yeah.
That's another one of
That's
my
another bad
all-time
motherfucker.
favorite- That's
Yeah.
one of my all-time favorite actors. Yes, I agree. Bad motherfucker.
Let's do Leonardo DiCaprio movies real quick. The
Wolf
Revenant.
of Wall Street.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall
Yes.
Street's the one.
That's why
The
Jason's
best
cool.
ever.
It's the greatest movie of all
Best
time.
ever.
That's why we like Jason.
Wolf of Wall Street is one of my all-time favorite movies ever, dude.
It's my
What
number
was it?
one.
What was it like Delatas or something that he took? It's like old ass. What was the old ass?
It was Quaaludes. Quaaludes.
Quaaludes. Man, dude, the funniest shit ever is whenever he took the Quaaludes and he drove
Trying to get in
home.
the fucking car.
Yeah, in his head he was driving fine, but then the next day it shows the car.
Yeah. The Countach, dude.
That's one of the greatest. I think it is the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah, I agree. That's definitely one of them for sure.
And him and Mark Wahlberg, they've been in fucking Departed, Fear, Basketball Diaries.
Oh
They've
my
been in a
god, we're
shit ton
talking
of
about
movies together.
Mark Wahlberg did talk about
Talk about who?
Departed.
Yeah, I said
Oh,
Departed earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. He did say that Departed.
Yeah, that's a bad
I wasn't paying
motherfucking movie
attention.
too. All that Martin Scorsese shit. But yeah, they're both bad motherfuckers. My number one is Mike Tyson.
Okay.
I don't really have to explain that one. It's
You
just
put-
Mike
you just went
Tyson's a
with
bad motherfucker.
all easy ones.
Yeah, all easy ones. Mel Brooks.
All right.
Fucking idiot. Yeah,
All
Mike
right, so
Tyson.
you don't really have to explain Mike Tyson, but still explain Mike Tyson. Why is he why is he your number one? Like you gave him that spot over anybody else.
I will say that he's the only. This sounds so.
He could
bitch.
definitely knock out Mel Brooks. I would say that.
100%. If you put Mike Tyson in a ring with Genghis Khan, no weapons, Genghis Khan, Mel Brooks, and Ray Lewis, I think Mike Tyson's coming out the winner.
Well,
Oh,
real
okay.
quick, I would buy the Mike Tyson Ray Lewis pay-per-view.
Mike Tyson's the only dude on the planet. This sounds so fucking bitch, but is the only dude on the planet I can watch on a video at 50 years old and I'll still get uncomfortable. Like, man, I feel like this dude's gonna go off. Like, this dude's dangerous. And I'm watching this motherfucker on TV and he makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't feel safe watching this motherfucker right now.
You see the interview he did. He was talking about how he's scared of that person that comes out in him.
Yeah.
You know, he's scared of fighting just because he wants to keep that guy locked up.
Yeah. His
Yeah.
ego and
That's-
shit.
Yeah, that's why people are so scared of him. Yeah, I would never want to meet that guy neither. I don't want him
Yeah.
to come back.
I've never felt that way.
Well, shit, he's back. I mean, he fought Roy Jones in that exhibition, but he's supposed to be fighting Shannon Briggs, I think, later this year.
What? I'll watch that.
Yeah, me too. Sure. I watched Mike Tyson fight my mom.
Yeah, I'll watch
Yeah.
him fight a fucking mop. And he's training with
Yeah.
Rafael Cordero from King's MMA.
Yeah.
Dude looks fucking good.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Mike
Where-
Tyson.
where-
I think all time he's the most intimidating human being I've ever seen on the planet.
I don't know, dude.
Where is
Him and
that
Dale
guy?
Earnhardt have some shit to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, is that gonna be like the Showtime boxing or
No,
where's
he's
he
partnered
fighting?
with that shitty Triller stuff.
Boo.
Like the
God,
worst
yeah.
production of all
Yeah.
time.
The worst
Boo.
ever. Wasn't it Showtime that put on the Jake Paul?
Logan
Mayweather
Paul.
fight?
That was the Logan Paul Mayweather. Yeah, yeah.
That's Logan Paul. My bad. That shows how much I care about that guy.
Yeah, well, that Jake
Uh,
Paul dude, the only reason I said is that Jake Paul fight with Ben Askren was on Triller, and that was a shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Showtime I didn't really think it was that great either.
Yeah.
I think that the live performance walkouts, I don't really care for those.
Yeah.
Like
I was
I don't
listening
know
to somebody.
about
I
you,
think it was. Go ahead.
I didn't understand the word that they said on the way out. Like the rappers, I didn't understand none of it.
Well, it was
Yeah.
the same way with the Conor McGregor Chad Mendez when they did the live music walkout. Where it was like Sinead O'Connor and like
And
Stained or
Aaron
whatever.
Lewis, yeah.
That didn't make sense either. Like that was weird as shit. So
I
like
think-
across the board, it just doesn't make sense to do live music walkouts.
I think it was Jim Norton, comedian Jim Norton, and Matt Serra on UFC Unfiltered. We're just talking about the same thing after that fight, and he was like, "Just UFC's ruined that for everybody. It's like play a fucking song, let him walk to the cage, and let's get to the real shit. Let's not have a 30-minute fucking entrance where Migos is performing, I guess, and you can't understand a word they're saying, and then this whole second half of the song, the commentators are just talking about the fight while they're still performing on camera.
But nobody gives a fuck about the walkout.
Who gives a fuck?
Nobody cares. If you want to
Nobody.
wear, if you want to like wear some cool shit or something, oh my god, like you remember when Deontay Wilder blamed his loss against Tyson Fury on his walkout gear?
Yeah.
It's like they don't fucking wear it. They don't wear it. They don't wear it.
Exactly. It was too heavy, supposedly. No, you got beat because you got beat.
Hey,
That's it was his night, not yours.
Tyson
Got
Fury
outclassed.
is another bad motherfucker.
True.
I agree,
True.
100%.
True. The Gypsy King, dude.
Deontay Wilder, he's a bad motherfucker in himself, but yeah, that was a pretty lame excuse.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to come back with some.
Yeah, that's
some
a bad
different
look.
shit.
He had that excuse. He like fired all of his corner. He did
That's
like that was a
crazy.
bad look.
It's like, dude, I watched you in real time bleed out of your ear. Like you cannot tell me that your ear wasn't fucked up. I saw blood dripping out of your ear.
You also cannot tell me your ear's bleeding because your
I've
costume was too
never
heavy.
seen anybody get cut inside of their ear. Your fucking eardrum was fucked up. Your eardrum was broken and your whole equilibrium was off and everything. Don't tell me that your ear's fine. Like I saw in real time you bleeding out of your ear. We have video cameras. Shut the fuck up.
I agree with that. Tyson Fury is just a beast, and there wasn't a lot I could do with him that night.
They're running
100%.
it back in July next month.
Sweet. I hope that Tyson Fury beats him again.
I think he will.
He's a bad dude.
All right, dude.
Jason.
I think that was all of our picks. Are you gonna be at the
I still got my number one.
Oh, you haven't done
Jason.
yours? Dude, Mike Tyson threw me off. What's your number one?
Nate Diaz.
Bad
All right.
motherfucker.
Baddest motherfuckers out there. He started training because Nick was training and he found out that they got food if they went up there. They didn't eat a whole lot. He went up there, started training just to get food. And you can guarantee 90% of his scar tissue did not come from MMA fights. That dude's so gangster, I guarantee you, anybody and everybody can get it at all times. So, Nate Diaz, I don't smoke weed no more, but if I ever get the chance to smoke with Nick and Nate Diaz, your boy's gonna be high as a missile.
That's a bad motherfucker, man. Yeah, I heard that story. It was like they never really ate at home, and if they helped clean the gym, the instructor would buy him like from the taco truck outside or whatever the fuck. He would buy him tacos every time they help mop the floors. So that's why they started jiu-jitsu. They're two bad motherfuckers for sure. And Nick's coming back. I've always loved Nick. I remember watching when I was a kid, watching Nick when he knocked out Robbie Lawler in the UFC way back, and he falls on his fucking face.
Me and Josh was talking about that the other night whenever Nate was fighting. We was talking about that. And that's whenever Robbie Lawler was like on a tear. He was invincible. Yeah, and then he got face planted.
And then that in Strike Force, he fought fucking Paul Daly, Nick Diaz. That's one of the craziest rounds I've ever seen in my life.
Isn't that who Paul Daly punched after the fight was over?
No, that was Josh Koscheck's bitch ass.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that.
Yeah,
I
fuck
agree.
that dude. I was rewatching I was showing wife and kids like clips from the old Ultimate Fighters, like the early seasons or whatever. Josh Koscheck was such a piece of shit on that first. He was like pissing on Chris Lieben outside on the sleeping bag and shit. And
yeah,
that dude just sucked, man.
Talking about Josh Koscheck.
Oh yeah, little faggot.
You know that?
Clip it. Clip it.
In 2021, we're not allowed to say faggot no more.
Josh Koscheck's a
Hey,
faggot.
Retro Podcast built different.
So
Hey,
fuck we want.
my favorite Diaz moment by far is when Nick laid down in front of Anderson Silva.
Didn't give a shit.
Didn't give
man,
a shit. Just laid
like
down
the
in the
other
middle of
night.
a goddamn UFC fight. There's probably 5,000 people in the arena, and Anderson Silva wasn't giving it to him, so he just laid down in front of him. I was like, what are we gonna do, bitch?
I remember when Nate one time he fought for the title against Ben Henderson, and they were in like 50-50 leg lock position, and he just sits up and flips him off. They're on UFC on Fox. They had to fucking cut. They had to cut to the ceiling. They cut away from the fight because he was flipping him off on Fox.
Yeah,
Hey, did y'all hear the one where fucking Nate fought the dude in the UFC and Nick fought him and got beat? I cannot remember who it is. I want to say Joe Riggs. It was Joe Riggs. He fought Joe Riggs, and when they went to the hospital together,
yeah,
and fucking Nick and Nate were in the hospital room and shit. And they've been talking shit back and forth. Before Joe Riggs gets up, he gets up to go take a drug test for the hospital. But on the way to take his drug test, and he walks by the room, and fucking Nick and Nate's, what are you on this fucking side of the hall for, you bitch? It starts going off. So they go out there and they jump on him. And Joe Riggs shits his fucking pants. And like literally shit. Joe Riggs is telling a story about it the other day on something. If I fucking see it again, I'll tag you, Pepper.
Dude, please do. That sounds incredible.
Yeah,
Dude,
there was a I mean, fuck on Strike Force. I remember when Nick and Nate and Jake Shields, all of them jumped fucking Mayhem. They jumped him in the middle of the cage after the fight.
Yeah.
what was I fixing to say? He fucked me out. I was like the other day. Nate's in the middle of the fight, just clowning. Turns around, walks away, turns his back to him, and like, I wish you would run up. You know what I'm saying? Just hoping that Leon Edwards would come over there just because he's acting silly. And who does that? Who does shit like that? Nobody. Like, this is supposed to be the most serious shit that you can do. You're in there fighting another trained professional, and you're just turning your back to him. You're walking off. You're not giving a shit. Putting your hands on your knees, stuff like that. Turning your ass to him.
The press conference last week, he puts his head down and starts smoking.
Yeah.
And
he was sitting there rolling. He was sitting there rolling a blunt like during the press conference.
And somebody on the other side was like, "Man, it smells fucking good in here." I think it was Leon Edwards. It wasn't him. It was Izzy, and he was like, "Man, it fucking smells good in here."
It was Izzy Adesanya.
Yeah, Izzy. And then Dana White afterward, somebody asked him about it, like, "Are you okay with him smoking at the press conference?" And Dana was like, "Look, Nate Diaz is like, I'm the teacher, and he's the kid in class that don't give a fuck if he gets suspended. Like, he doesn't care if I kick him out. So just let him do what he's gonna do."
Let him do what he's gonna do. And like, man, what kind of pisses me off so bad about Nick and Nate? They did everything that Conor McGregor did before Conor McGregor came along and did it. Yeah. And back in the day, whenever they talked all that shit and they did all that, it wasn't cool. It wasn't okay. But all of a sudden, Conor McGregor comes along talking all this shit and brings the whole country of Ireland with him.
Yeah, I was about to say they needed a fucking accent.
Yeah, and then then all of a sudden, that's the greatest thing in the world. He's the coolest ever. He talks the most shit. He sells the most tickets. You know what I'm saying? Nick and Nate did that shit for years. Where's their props at for it?
Honorable mention.
Hold on. Dana White has said a lot of dumb shit. The dumbest thing he's ever said was the Diaz brothers on a pay-per-view draw.
Yeah, they weren't a needle mover, he called them.
He will never live that shit down. I mean, look at what just fucking happened. If Nick fights
the crowd.
Yeah, dude, and Arkansas. Yeah. That's like miles and miles and miles away from Cali, from Stockton, and the crowd that's the loudest you heard the crowd all night. Whenever Nate Diaz was out there. Yeah. So how in the fuck is he not a pay-per-view draw?
Honorable mention, cool fucking dude and bad motherfucker, will fight anybody at any time. He's retired now. Paul Felder.
True.
Bad motherfucker.
I agree with that.
All right, dude. I think we're done here. I appreciate you. June 18th, Friday, beating the shit out of Crazy Horse. I'll call him that. Fuck him.
3 days, baby. 3
days away. We're gonna.
Jason's eating bacon. He doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna lose all that weight in 2 days.
There's no carbs, bro.
As soon as you guys shut up and let me get off here, I'm eating a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and I'm gonna drink some sweet tea behind it.
Hell yeah. I want you to be healthy, dude. I want you to show up as healthy as you can for old Crazy Horse. You're going to beat, dude, I am so fucking hyped. You're going to, I know you're going to beat the shit out of him because, I mean, Crazy Horse, he's fine and whatever. But, I mean, you're fucking next level shit. I'm very excited for this one.
I agree. I think I'm going to go in here and kick his ass. I wish I would have had another 3 weeks of training camp. I had right out a month to,
Do you need it, though? Do you really need it, though, against him?
I don't think I do, man. I busted my ass. I went up to American Top Team, spent a week out there, had a lot of fun, and I'm gonna go have some fun in the fight.
Yeah.
I don't have it, I don't have any stress, any pressure. So gonna go out here and have fun. No injuries. Just gonna have a good night.
You're gonna be
Hey,
at the Empire fights on the 26th?
Yes, sir, I will be.
All right, I'm gonna be commentating those with Alonzo, so I'll see you out there.
Hey,
All right, sweet.
just go out there and put that brand new ass fight promotion on the map, dude, like you did with bare knuckle.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's what you do.
They'll talk about BKFC 5 for the next 100 years.
Yeah.
The plan is they're gonna talk about GAMBRED FC 1 for the next 100 years.
Fuck yeah. Fuck the 1800s. Fuck Ghost. Francis Ngannau, stay away from Jason's mom. We love you.